Hey, good morning, everyone. This morning I want to cover some of the questions that I get on a day to day basis. And I want to talk about how easy they are to answer, even though they seem extremely complex. I get these questions from age 18 to age realistically probably 40, 45. Pretty wide range here. So let's talk about the questions that I'm going to answer in this live presentation right now. So, what is the biggest question that I get? What is the number one question that I get? Derek, should I own crypto? Should I own stock? Should I own bonds? Should I own commodities? Should I buy metals? Are currencies the way to go? What are futures? How do options work? This is all a question of what type of investment is appropriate for me. The next question that I always get is, where should I put that money? What is an IRA versus a Roth IRA? How does a 401k work? Am I supposed to max that out? What is a SEP IRA? What is just a regular account? What's a joint account? What's a custodial account? What is a trust account? Which one's best for me? And in what order should I be putting in my money? The next question that I get a significant amount is it's a pretty basic question that seems complex. That's really easy to know, which is example. I would like to have $3 million by the time I'm 30. I want to be a multi-millionaire by the time I'm 30. We make the number 3 million. How much do I need to save, and how much do I need to invest to get there? And where do I need to invest my money in order to get there? Very good question. What's it take to retire at 50 years old? How much do I need to save? How much money will I require? How much income do I need to make to be able to pay for college, for a home in 15 years? College for my children. And if you're in college, I know that's a distant thought, but it will come up. For those of you that it has come up, you know what I'm talking about. Because how much is college going to cost? How much will college cost you 18 years from now? And how much will you need to get there? How much do you need to save? And how does it need to be invested? How do you place a trade? Where do you open an account and how? E-Trade, Ameritrade, Ameriprise, Robinhood, because they have free trading. Where do I set this account up? How do I set the account up? I don't know anything. I'm lost. How do I know how to set up an asset allocation model? How do I know that asset allocation model would be right for what I'd like to accomplish? Because I want to set it and forget it strategy, right? I at least that's how I want to start. And I encourage everyone to start with that. You need to understand asset allocation. If you don't understand that concept, how it works, and even how to implement it, you should not be trying to choose individual investments yet. Okay, so I want to make that perfectly clear. And here is the answer to all of your questions. Let me scooch down here. I can't see it here. Oh well, the I'm sorry, the lighting is making it very difficult for me to see because the sun is just coming up, so it is in my eyes here. So the answer to these questions are, oh no, let's do that. Give me 1 second here. Bet you're enjoying this pause. Huh? This is what you tune in for, to watch me fumble. We all do it. We all do it. Okay, here we go. This is your answer. And this is where everyone needs to start. This is my Invest Like a Pro financial planning initial course. So I have a system. You set up a financial plan and asset allocation model. You either take my VIP mentorship, or you can do one-on-one sessions, or you can do a combination of both. Then you simply subscribe to my newsletter and off you go. Okay. This is the first step, because I don't care if you go any further than this or not. That is completely up to you. You may choose to hire a financial advisor after you take this, because once you take it, you say, oh, okay, I will need to monitor this probably once a year. I don't want to. I would encourage you not to have that attitude, okay? Your health and your wealth are the most important things in your life. Without health, nothing matters. Without money and wealth, most things don't matter. You're going to miss out on a lot. Now, why am I so passionate about that? Because I know. That's why. I was raised in the system, by the system. I know what it's like to actually be hungry. I know what it's like, to be the poor kid. And I know how that feels. And I know what you miss out on. More so than the feeling, because as you get older, you're going to realize there's less emphasis on money than you think. Unless you're in your 40, 45 years old, you're probably realizing the emphasis is more about the freedom it provides and the great feelings you get taking care of your family. When you're young, it's Ferraris and cash. And you should probably experience that too, because that is an amazing time. It's an amazing time. But please don't take the attitude that I don't want to know about my own money. This is an enormous mistake. I have priced this. I'm going to call it a course. It's actually a piece of a system. And I typically do not separate this system into pieces. I'm doing it now because I'm getting a lot of questions that are really, really easily answered through this course. It's me talking to you directly, just like this, walking you through every question I just asked. You're even going to learn for 15, 20 minutes why and how Wall Street was created, when it was created, and who created it, just so you have a little backdrop. But then we get into it, right? And it goes all the way from I don't know anything to wow, I completely have the answers and understanding for how my life will go. And it didn't even take that much effort. You can go to my website and check out the reviews. So simple a child could understand it. Okay, this is an entrepreneur out of Los Angeles. And you'll notice, and you can look up all of my reviews. I put their pictures and their names so that you know these are real people. This course, the initial piece of my system, can change your life. And that is no joke. It is priced for everyone. Okay. Your advisor, if you went and hired an advisor today, you're going to get charged 1 to 1.25% to manage your investments. You'll also get IRA fees, transaction fees if you go commission-based. If you go completely fee-based, he's going to use a third-party money manager, which is going to be another percent and a half. You'll get to $500 by having a very, very small account. And this right here has every tool that you will need to set this up, all connected with links. I have links to everything you need, and it is all free within that course, including your financial planning software that comes with Monte Carlo simulation, because that is exactly what a financial advisor would do for you, only you're going to do it for yourself. And you have email access to me if you have questions. Truth be told, if your question is a little complicated or I can tell you're lost, we will jump on a Zoom or a call really quickly, because sometimes that's the easiest way to answer questions. I also have a community that you'll be invited to that you can come in and ask questions of other members and myself. I don't want this to simply be a product pitch. What I want you to understand is when you're asking questions like the questions I started this entire conversation with, what investment's right for me? Where should I put my money in? What order should I put my money in those accounts? What's the difference in those accounts? How do I set up an account? How do I rebalance that account? Can I automate all of this? The answer is yes. Once you have it set up one time, you can absolutely automate it. What comes with this course, the first piece of my overall system? Well, what comes with it is 7 hours of video tutorial. You say to yourself, that sounds really boring. Right, maybe, but you probably won't need it all. You probably will be able to fast forward through some, but I go step by step, right? I take a lot of care in this. So you're going to have 7 hours of video tutorial. You're going to have links and free access to financial planning software, to every video that I have where I'm explaining the differences in the investment vehicles, meaning IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, SEP IRA, custodial accounts, trust accounts. You'll have access to all of those videos via link. You will have a 70-page workbook that also contains all the links. Obviously, everything's written out in the workbook. And again, you have access to me. You also then have access to a discount on the mentorship program or one-on-one sessions. And once you've completed those 2 steps, you're then invited into the third piece of the system, which is my newsletter. The reason you must educate yourself first is because the average investor's biggest mistake is his emotions. From 1990 to the year 2000, the S&P 500 averaged almost 11%. The average investor's return was 1.2%. Why? Because their emotions are exploited. They make emotional decisions on when to get in and out of a market, and they lose money. And so you must educate yourself first. It is a requirement. I don't even allow anyone into the newsletter until they fulfill that requirement for a reason. I want you to succeed. What I am doing here is very, very, very inexpensive compared to a lifetime of either losing money because you don't understand what you're doing. I have 25 years in this business at 60 to 80 hours a week. You're not going to watch enough YouTube videos to ever catch up with me. You're just not. I also happen to have a gift for the investment side of all of this. It's a gift. I have an intuition. I have an ability. I created a system that works over and over and over, year after year after year, which is really a comprehensive system of cash management, risk management, and investment management, with the overall goal being to keep standard deviation loss at an absolute minimum. Because I can tell you right now that anyone that is earning what you would consider a small investment return, but it stays positive year over year, will outperform almost everyone that is a professional money manager or investment advisor. Now, I would not consider my returns minimal. I'm not supposed to talk about performance, but I will. This is not a pitch on performance, but I'm going to tell you what I do year over year. I've never had a negative year. I've been doing this since 2004. I have never had a negative year. My average return is just under 20% per year. Now, I have to tell you, historical returns do not mean that that is what will happen in the future and yada, yada, yada. Here's the difference. I can tell you that, and I have to say that because who knows what's going to happen. Maybe the whole world implodes tomorrow, but believe me, if that happens, you won't be worried about what happens to your investments. The reason that we have to say that is because so many people pitch historical returns. I'm not doing that. And once you take the first 2 steps of my system, you are going to know right away that what I am telling you is the truth. You'll see it for yourself. I'm a very good teacher. I'm not going to pull up a chart and then start babbling about bars and look, it finished at the top. Do you see this wedge here? Do you see the iron cross? Do you see the head and shoulders? These things fail as much as they succeed, and they're also useless. Sometimes those formations will occur within an actual discipline or process, and they will, come true, but these are not methodologies to invest with. So in any case, I'm going to leave it at that. I am going to get this video out today. Listen to me. This is the best $497 you've ever spent in your life. If you are from age, honestly, if you're from age 15 to 45. Here's the QR code. My website where you can go and read more about this if you'd like is PrometheanInvesting.com. PrometheanInvesting.com. Why Promethean Investing? Because Prometheus gave back to the people. Am I just this perfect guy who is looking to give to the world? In some ways, yes, as hokey as that is, and because you don't know me, that sounds like the typical BS. But also no, right? But I do want to change the way everyone in the world views their financial life. Your financial life will affect everything in your life, including your health. What's the major cause of divorce? Finances. What's the major cause of stress? Finances. Suicide, depression, mental health disorders. What do all those mental health disorders lead to? Physical disabilities, obesity, heart disease, smoking, alcoholism, so on and so forth. This is one of the most important things you'll do in your life. And when I see people being apathetic about it or telling me that they don't have the time, I don't understand. All right. I am not a doctor, but let me tell you something. I know almost everything about my own body, how to treat it, and what I believe I should do with it. There's a reason for that. Now, obviously, there's things I don't know. And if those come up, I go to a doctor. But I know how I believe I should treat this body, and I am not a doctor. And you should know how to treat your finances, even though you are not a financial advisor, investment advisor, what have you. Do not trust the second, if not first, most important thing in your life to someone else ignorantly. And believe me, if you don't know the answers to the questions I asked at the beginning of this live, then you are operating out of ignorance. As always, I want to thank you all for joining me. If you are having a rough day, if you feel down, if you're depressed, and you need to reach out to somebody, reach out to a friend, reach out to someone, reach out to me. And that is no joke. All right. You will find my number on the website. You will find my email address. I would talk to anyone that was down. And always remember, stay positive. Think of something that you like. Think of it. Take your mind to a place of joy, even though you're miserable. And right now, if you're feeling this way, you're giving me the finger virtually because you don't want to hear it. But I have to tell you that every day above ground is a good day. Today's a good day. And you're going to feel better tomorrow. Just hang in there. We're all going through it. Don't believe social media. We are all going through it. And I don't care how old you are. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all so much, and I will see you later this afternoon.